People look forward to the holiday season each year, looking forward to spending time with friends and family, celebrating the joy of the past year, and looking forward to the hope that is yet to come. Now, I recognize that this time of year is hard for some people as well. However, this year, everything is just different. It's undeniable. The pandemic has changed everything in 2020. We've been separated from family, friends, coworkers, and even strangers. Even if we get together with others, it's a social distance fashion, and there's an undercurrent of anxiety and just a feeling of being unsure. My father in law turned 80 this year, and we had a serious conversation about whether we were going to go to this small get together that was being planned. We live in a different state, and someone in our family is immunocompromised, so we had a lot to think about, a lot to discuss. And we didn't know if they were practicing safety measures with the extended family. Then we had conversations about if we go, will we wear masks? Will there be social distancing? All of our holiday events have been canceled virtually, but this is a one in a lifetime event. In this Christmas season, it's hard not to feel sad just seeing the Christmas decorations and remembering the joy and excitement that we once had in the past when things were normal. Many of us have been working from home the past 9 months and have completely changed our schedules and our routines. Typically, when life gets hard, we get together with friends, we blow off steam, go to the movies, bowling, axe throwing, or whatever it is that you like to do. But in these current circumstances, the distance and separation, it may lead to increased feelings of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. Even though I'm an introvert, what I've discovered is that I enjoyed a certain measure of social interaction. It was a surprise when I started feeling that way. And it's easy to feel alone, depressed, and isolated this holiday season, but there are some things that we can do in order to manage through this time. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 ways to manage depression and isolation during this holiday season. Brothers and sisters, if you're feeling lonely or depressed, please know and understand that you're not alone. Time is just crazy these days. This is unprecedented. None of us have been through a time quite like this before. What you're feeling is natural and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Please know that I see you and I'm praying for you. Despite of all of this, there are ways that I think we can manage through these feelings of isolation and depression. First, we need to guard our hearts. What we believe about our circumstances significantly influences our feelings, our mindset, and our behavior. If you believe that everything is terrible and will never improve, you will continue to get increasingly depressed and discouraged. Psalm 4:23 through 27 says this: Guard your heart above all else, for it is the source of life. Don't let your mouth speak dishonestly. Don't let your lips talk deviously. Let your eyes look forward. Fix your gaze straight ahead carefully. Consider the path for your feet, and all the ways will be established. Don't turn to the right or left, but keep your feet away from evil. The Bible tells us that our thoughts often dictate who we become. We have to be very intentional about what we do and what we think. We have to strive to keep our thoughts realistically positive. Now, you might not be able to do all the things that you want to do in the way that you want to do them right now, but that doesn't mean that it has to be the worst year of your life. It might be difficult to stay positive, but a shift in your mindset can make a huge difference. You can train yourself to be thankful about the opportunities that you do have. You can see life in a different light. In Philippians 4:8, the Apostle Paul says, Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any moral excellence, and if there is anything praiseworthy, dwell on these things. Number 2, be intentional about relationships. Now, I'm a perfectionist and I don't like change. As I've gotten older, I've had to learn that things don't have to be the way I think they should be, the right way, or the way that I've planned them, or the way that they've always been. I've learned that I can adjust and still have enjoyment despite the outcome. The current times definitely require a great amount of flexibility. Even though we can't really get together with folks or travel to see family like we used to, we can kind of simulate these interactions by leveraging technology. I know that many of us are zoomed out. However, I have no sympathy until you spend 20 to 30 hours per week on Zoom. I just don't want to hear it. But there's plenty of room to use tools like Zoom, FaceTime, Duo, Marco Polo, whatever suits your fancy. At the beginning of the pandemic, there was a lot of times where I got on video conferencing with friends and family that I haven't seen in years. Or even for a friend's birthday, his family asked for short videos so they can put together something to surprise him for his birthday. There's a lot of ways to get creative, and a few more ideas are looking for an online game that you can play as a group, or watch a movie or TV show like a watch party, or maybe take it old school, write a handwritten letter. And speaking of old school, you could even use your smartphone as a phone. 1 second. Hello? Hey man, it's good to hear from you, man. It's been a long time. How you been? Number 3, be mindful about how you use social media. Now, social media can be cool, especially when we find funny memes or we can share different funny gifs. You can also use it to keep up with family and friends so you can see what they're up to, like this past Thanksgiving, see how they did their turkey and things of that nature. I think many of us tend to put our best selves out on social media, but sometimes we just have a crappy day, or we have a few crappy days, and that's okay. We're not always well put together, or sometimes we have a bad hair day, and I get it. Sometimes my beard doesn't cooperate either. Giving voice to your experience is not only therapeutic for you, but can also give someone permission that they can be their authentic self and also admit their own difficulties. Once we recognize that someone else is having similar experiences, it can reduce the feelings of isolation that we feel ourselves. And so you need to remember that you are not alone. While on social media, we also need to avoid negative interactions as much as we can. That might mean you might need to mute or unfriend some of your social media friends, either temporarily or permanently. You might need to do this in order to protect yourself and your mental state. Everyone's already dealing with a ton of undue stress, and we just don't need to subject ourselves to more. You can seek out online communities that balance the realities of the current circumstances while also have a spirit of hope. I strongly encourage you to participate in online worship and Bible studies and prayer in order to do that. If you don't currently have a church home, you're welcome to worship with us at First Baptist Bolingbrook. You can also connect with me and my church on social media for regular inspirational posts and encouraging messages. Of course, this isn't an exhaustive list, but just 3 ways to manage depression and isolation during this current time. Now it's your turn to talk back to me. How have you been maintaining your mental health in this particular season? Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, please show your appreciation by hitting the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you're notified when I post a new video each and every week. God bless you, and I pray that you be strong and courageous in living out your faith today.